welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at SIP Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. We got a great crowd. You'll hear this on Verizon 32 everywhere because I can't even hear myself talking myself. So I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. This is Smoking Jim Frazier. We got Chip the Prophet Hayner here. It's another great day of sports in Pittsburgh. We're going to start talking about what's on our mind. That's our first segment, and we're going to do that right now. All right, Chip the Prophet Hayner, what's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Alan, and what a crowd that we have here at SIP Sports Lounge tonight. Well, what's on my mind? What else could be on my mind? There's going to be a blackout at PNC Park tomorrow night. Playoff baseball in October here in Pittsburgh. It's been 21 years since Pittsburghers have witnessed this. There's a whole generation of Pittsburghers that never saw the Pirates make the playoffs. I can't wait to be down there and join in the festivities.
I heard you'll be there.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. But you know, what else is on my mind besides the amazing season that the Pirates have had? And it really has truly been an amazing journey. But tomorrow begins another amazing journey, their journey into the playoffs. And it starts with a one-game play-in. And after we dispose of the Cincinnati Reds, we'll be flying to St. Louis. And there'll be playoff baseball here Sunday and Monday, too. Not that I'm overconfident or anything like that. But also on my mind is, I want to talk about the passing of a true Pittsburgh sports legend. L.C. Greenwood, unfortunately, passed away yesterday, and he was one of the original members of the Steel Curtain defense, the greatest defensive line that ever played professional football. So let's give a moment, of thought, reflection for him. And the last but not least, being that it's Pirates in the playoffs, September 30th, 1972, Roberto Clemente, the last hit of his illustrious career, his 3,000th hit, a double to right center field off John Matlack of the New York Mets. And he never played another game, and he never got another hit. But let's remember Bob Clemente.
I do, and I remember that game. I watched it on TV. It was a good game. Well, thanks, Chip. I appreciate it. And now we're going to go. Smoking Jim, I don't have the volume that you do, so I'm going to open this up to you. What's on your mind, Smoking Jim Frazier?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
hey, here you go, buddy.
You got to see Levine. And I tell you what, before the season started, my good friend Chip Hayner said there will be playoffs for the Pirates, and he's going to be playoff baseball in Pittsburgh. Thanks a lot, Chip. Always want to start the show off by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man, who makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of all your bartenders and waitresses. Kelly and Brandy, wave to all your fans.
Where are they? Oh, they're serving people, Smoking Jim.
If you haven't done so already, get you a menu. 3 weeks ago, I had the best meatball hoagie I ever had in my life, and it's because of the chef. The Chef Pete's in the back. Always want to thank the owners, Tina and Mark, for having us here each and every week. And I tell you what, later on in the show, we got a young man that's going to be up here. And I tell you what, you probably seen him on WPXI or PNNC, Championship Chase. He will not be a local guy very long. This guy's going to be national pretty soon. Please put your hands together for Pittsburgh's fastest rising star, Tom the Bomb, plunging to be up later on. They make me do it. They make me do it. Yes, Gateway is still undefeated. I miss Bill Cowher. I miss Bill Cowher. Listen, Big Ben is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and he's never had a good offensive line. Max Starks couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. Pittsburgh finally got rid of the holding machine. Willie, the holding machine Cologne. Willie Cologne, if he would hug his wife the way he hugs every defensive lineman, he'd have 20 kids right now. David DeCastro must be colorblind because he keeps chop blocking his own teammates. Ramon Foster got the mobility of the son of Frankenstein. Michael Adams is softer than a deer Dairy Queen ice cream cone. 350-pound Marcus Gilbert is fat, slow, sloppy, and lazy. The only reason he's a starting right offensive tackle is because he loves Ben Roethlisberger. At 350, he loves anything with burger in it. It's time to bring back Bill Cowher and offensive line coach Russ Grimm.
Hey, does anybody know Smoking Jim finished? Because I can't hear right now. Somebody give me a signal that he's done. Hold it. It's getting so heated up in here. Oh, man. I don't know who's coming up next, but how do I even follow that? Well, it's a great sports day in Pittsburgh. When you think about it, we got the playoffs with Pirates. Just saying that is just unbelievable. We've been talking all year. I finally lost my $1 to Chip. I've been betting $1 that they wouldn't win. Here, they got in there. The Nuttings, I got to give them compliments. Sure, they had a 5-year plan and it took 6 years. We lost faith. They come on. I appreciate it. They made the right moves this year. I mean, think about it. They tried to pull a page out of Ray Shiro's book. Got these players in that were captains and everything else from other teams. But we have a difference. They produced. And look at Morneau's starting to come on. Bird's been unstoppable. Look at the pitching. They come up with the Shark Tank. Grilled Cheese got hurt a little bit. Now he's back. Melanson, he had a little rough going there. Hey, I don't always agree with Hurdle. That's why we're opinionated on all this stuff, but we are in the playoffs. I got to mention the Steelers only because I said 11-5 this year.
Ooh.
I hate to be wrong, and there's no way I can see 11-5 this year. He was talking about my man Willie Colon. I coined a phrase last year that the offensive line did something unique. They would block and tackle when they were on the offensive line. Now, at least get in front of somebody. Max Starks would get in front of a guy and fall down. Big Ben was protected. We got guys that won't fall down. They're spinning. They're actually a spinning gate out there on both tackles.
It's called the revolving door policy.
Yeah, and that's what amazes me. Hey, that's enough with our intro. We're going to start bringing our guests up right. Got our first guest. Man, it's hot up here. We got a full house. I want to thank some of my Keystone Oaks buddies and mention them by name. Jay Miller's here. I ran into him about 3 months ago walking through a parking lot, and I go, Jay, is that you? And I go, do you know me? And he goes, you look familiar. Of course, we're a little bit older after 30-some years of not seeing each other. Then the mayor of Dormont's here, Tony Facchetti. I don't know if anybody knows Tony Facchetti.
All right, the mayor.
I know him from high school, the Pittsburgh Press, and the Post-Gazette. Not only has Chief been holding down the fort, but now we got another Post-Gazette guy besides Mark here. So we're getting this crowd. This guy is the mayor of Dormont. He will be on the show. He was a great athlete in high school. You should have seen him catch. He was better than Mike Piazza. I know I look like Mike Piazza, but this guy could do it all. Throw the guys out. He had the pitchers in the palm of his hand. They listened to him 100%, or he'd go out and kill them. Look at him. He's a tough guy, buddy. And we'll have him on another time. Now we're going to bring up Little Z here with Brenner Contracting, and the heat is really getting to me here.
Welcome back, Zach.
How do you do that? Okay. I'm learning.
You are.
Hey, Z, what's on your mind? Whoa, wait. Okay, what's really on your mind?
Well, this is the poster to the fight that BPTV will be recording, and these two men will be on the microphone for October 12th. Ring time 7 p.m. Oh yeah, Chip will be there. Don't pull a brother move on me, man. Do a Smoking Jim.
I brought you on early because I didn't think you'd be this sharp.
I'm a man of my word.
Every time he announces Gateway's undefeated, it's just like, you know.
You go to another level.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just takes me somewhere. But anyways, back to this fight card.
I'll hold it for you. You want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
I'll hold it. That's okay.
We got Rod Salka, who I can tell you right now wants to be here next week. So Rod Salka will be here next week, sitting in this chair. He'll tell you a little bit.
He has an invite anytime. All he has to do is cash in.
Well, he's cashing in.
Okay.
So October 12th, we got him. We got Team Vasquez. Jason Bergman will be fighting. He ended up whitening up and coming through. So he'll be on the fight card as well.
Okay.
So it's going to be a good night on October 12th out at Green Tree Sports Complex. But what's really on my mind, aside from announcing that for the champ, is I think Smoking Jim was a little light on the Steelers and the offensive line, because I've never been more disappointed in 5 individuals in my whole entire life. I think they have let me down more than my father has in 29 years on earth. And we're only 4 games into the season here. And I can say that with all honesty.
That's a first for BPTV. He's never even talked about his dad. Now I know why. If you can't even act like the 5 men on the offensive line.
There's 5.
Are you sure?
And they've let me down more than 1.
Wow.
Hey, Zach, on draft day, when Mike Adams was drafted, this man talked to me about he was soft, he was no good, he was a waste of a draft pick.
Well, he was
You want to talk about being a prophet.
He was a real turnstile yesterday on that. He let Jared Allen really make him look like an amateur out there, you know. So, hey, listen, I don't know.
You didn't enjoy watching the Steelers game?
No. I haven't enjoyed watching the Steelers in 2013. I wish we could just fast forward to 2014.
The rubber has not hit the road yet.
Yes,
I'm telling you.
Yes,
no, the rubber has.
We are paving the way for the number 1 draft pick in the 2014 draft.
That's the code that I figured out. I didn't know it all those years, but when you're winning, the rubber hits the road. When
we're
you're
battling,
not, you don't hear it. I hear crickets.
When you're battling the Jacksonville Jaguars for the worst team in the league, like, I just can't believe it. I mean, Chip, God bless you for hanging in there for 20 years. I mean, my team is just falling apart at the seams. I don't even know where to start. It's so bad. It's so bad. How bad is it? I'm going to tell you how bad it is.
Which team do you think is worse?
How bad is it?
The Giants or the Steelers? Because the Giants have only scored 7 points in the last 2 weeks.
Well, it's hard to say. It's a coin flip who's worse right now, if the Giants or the Steelers are bad. But right now there's a Giant that's calling out players in the locker room saying if they descend against the coach, he'll personally punch him in the mouth. Justin Tuck, so I don't know how much longer he's going to be on Subway commercials. And I saw Jarvis Jones on a Subway commercial last night. Why is Jarvis Jones on a Subway commercial? What did he ever do? He over pursues on punt blocking, on punt returns.
He couldn't run away from the commercial. He wasn't fast enough. They had to keep him there.
I guess.
That's how simple it was.
I guess so. But like I said, these guys, I don't even know where to
Let's
start.
change
We got to clean house. Yeah, what the Pirates.
Because you're wearing, what is that, a fancy bucko hat?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that?
Can't tell you.
Okay. Can't touch that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, MC Hammer.
Can't touch this.
But
go ahead.
Getting back to the Pirates, Chip, you're saying that they are traveling to St. Louis and playing
right after they dispatch Cincinnati one more time.
Hold it. The only bone I have to pick with him and you and these other guys, when I said there were 16 games to go, I got crushed. He's telling me that we're winning just 1 right off the bat, which I agree, but then we're going to St. Louis. How can you argue with me?
I was getting there. You beat me to it.
Well, you know I'm quick.
I know.
Okay. And I'm on fire. I'm on fire today. It's hot here. Okay,
Lightning strikes the beam.
He's our guest on the guest. You can defend yourself after that. Go ahead. What was your point?
Well, no, like I said, my point is that I was a little concerned, though, that they decided to rest guys in this last game against Cincinnati rather than just play them, you know, especially some of the position players like Kutch and some of the other guys didn't play. But they did play Alvarez because he was going for a home run lead.
Yeah.
So it didn't make any sense to me why they let some guys rest.
Well, you know, you think about how many games Kutchin played throughout the season. He probably only had 3 days off all year. Giving him a day of rest is exactly what he needed to get him ready, because they need Andrew McCutchen to show up tomorrow night, you know, and he needs to be stinging the ball. And I think giving him a day's rest is going to do exactly that.
But isn't baseball a true game of timing, though?
Yeah.
162 games of timing.
So will it not be second guessed, though, if these guys go out and just completely strike out and go and be abysmal, that they should have played and just kept playing until
we're talking about would have and should have, because what happens if he goes 4 for 4 tomorrow? Okay,
that's what he wants.
Drives in 4 RBIs. Then all of a sudden,
you got to show. I got to get you on the record.
I don't have a problem with them resting people. And what about him resting Jarrett Cole? I think that was a genius move because Liriano's starting the game tomorrow. He's 11-1 at PNC Park this year. Now, if he gets into trouble early, they're going to bring in Jarrett Cole as a reliever because this is a one-game deal. We lose this game, we're out, okay? There is no game on Thursday if we don't win tomorrow. So he set up his pitching staff where he's got 2 quality starters that can pitch in the case of an emergency. If not, Liriano does his job.
So who takes the start on Thursday if we do go to St. Louis then, if both of those pitchers play?
Probably will be A.J. Burnett. Okay, it'll be A.J. Burnett, then they'll start Charlie Morton. Francisco Liriano would be available to start Game 3, which would be back here in Pittsburgh on the proper amount of rest.
Well, I'm happy for you, Chip, that you get to watch playoff baseball tomorrow.
I'm telling you,
we're all going to watch.
Zach, you are not going to be able to wipe the smile off my face all day tomorrow. It's just they won't be able to
You're
happen.
not going to be the only one, Chip. We're all happy here. You're not the only guy.
Yeah.
I love the Pirates. I just was disappointed and disgruntled all these years. No problem. And nothing, like I said, he had that 5-year plan, didn't work out, but it worked out now. So
But Alan, you know
I'm
what?
okay with it. I'm no hard feelings.
But Alan, you know what the most amazing thing was watching the season? And baseball is a 162 game season. And those previous 162 games mean nothing. Tomorrow at 8:07, what they do from that point on means something. Watching the city of Pittsburgh fall back in love with the Pittsburgh Pirates has just been an amazing transformation throughout the year. And I'm really, really happy for the organization, for the city, and
Well, I agree too. That's why you got to go on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I've been a little weak on it, but check out what we put up there. I want to give a shout out to Mario Tempest. He puts a lot of great graphics out there. He's not going to be a guest on the show yet, but you got to check out some of the stuff Mario puts out. I repost it because I steal everything and I make it. Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook.
I've been liking it all.
If you put anything good out there, I'll like it. Don't worry, I'll doctor it up a little. If you don't know how to speak about it, I'll add some verbiage there. No problem. Don't worry. And we're going to have to wrap it up with you, my friend. We got a lot of guests here, and I appreciate you coming on first because you were the best last time, but you're the best up front. What else is happening here?
Hey, I'm just looking forward to everybody coming out on August 17th down to Savoy.
Hold it,
Savoy,
wait a second.
as Alan Levine says.
Wait, you're like my best promo guy. Can you get, John the intern is here. I know he can get a close-up. You want to tell him what this is? Because I'm always promoting you. You never saw this before, and I know you can read.
I never saw this before, but I'm going to promote it right here.
There we
got
go.
the magazine launch event. Al Levine, the Talking Machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip Hayner, and myself.
Little
We'll all
Z
be down
Brenner
there.
will be there.
We'll all be down there as we launch the magazine that you guys will be able to get for free all over the city. So everyone to come down to Savoy on October 17th.
5:30 to 9. We got all kind of opportunities. We got business people. We got guests. We got sports. You name it, it's down there. There'll be great networking and everything else there. 5:30 to 9. First 100 people there. We got appetizers for you. After that, half-price appetizers and drinks. We got the whole second floor. If the weather's nice like this, we'll take the party outside there too. We got room on the deck. All right, Z. That's yours.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. I want to welcome you to the show. Tell everybody, I know they know you everywhere, but tell them your name, what you do, and then we'll start sports talk real quick.
We're going to start sports talk. I'm Tom Plungin. I work right now exclusively on Championship Chase, which is on 3 times a week on PCNC. But I've been talking sports for forever. Graduated
How long's forever?
Forever.
Since you were born.
Since I was born. Ask Dad.
How old was he when he started talking? Okay, fair enough.
Born in '87, and I got in my arguments with my grandfather about Neil O'Donnell and Bobby Brister. Just
that game was
just for reference, I'd have kept Bobby Brister.
fixed. Wait, do you think in New Jersey maybe the mobsters got the
I'm just saying, I wouldn't have O'Donnell in there
Well,
if
I
I
got
was
to
the
ask.
guy.
I got to interrupt you on that.
Brister, 2 Super Bowls. Neil O'Donnell, none.
Who did he throw to and made him a superstar, got $4 million, and he was out of football the next year?
Larry Brown.
Okay. I think we're on the same page. Just go right into sports right now. We're not going to wait.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, Steelers are on your mind because we had a little discussion by the bar. I'd like to continue that discussion right now.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest problem with the Steelers right now is number 7, Jim. I'd hate to disagree with you, but this guy needs an alarm clock in his head because he's holding the ball so long that it doesn't matter if you had the 7 blocks of granite from Notre Dame in front of him. That ball is not going to get out. It's stuck to him. It's stuck to him, man. It's stuck to him. So he needs to get the ball out, and Jack Bignell, the offensive line coach, needs to start seeing some heat because this didn't happen last year when you had a different offensive line coach. So it's awful interesting that it's really easy to blame the offensive coordinator, Todd Haley, when you have an offensive line coach that's new. You have tackles that have played the same, an offensive guard that played a number of games and was an All-American. It's, why don't we blame a new guy?
Quality, yeah, but here's the thing. I got to disagree on part of it. I think Haley should have never been here because they come in to run the ball. You don't have the players to run the ball because they haven't proved that exactly. You got guys that are new, and you know offensive linemen because you're more of an expert than I am. It does take a couple years for a lot of these offensive linemen, unless they're like a Pouncey where they can start. Now these guys, we had a discussion about can you block a big guy, 350-pounder across from you. That's one of my pet peeves.
Most
At least get in front of a guy, block and tackle on the offensive line, and that's part of it. They're not even getting in the way.
Well,
so, I mean, that's an issue there.
That's part of it, too. But, I mean, part of it is, like Jim and I, we talk all the time. And who's running the football on this team? Did you see the game this week when Le'Veon Bell was back there?
Yes.
Because it sure looked like there was a lot more holes this week with Le'Veon Bell back there than John Dwyer.
I got a question for you. Do you think a back makes a line look better or the line makes the back look better?
Well, I mean, that's pretty silly. Can you boil rice without water?
Yeah.
I mean, there are two parts that are really important together because without a good running back, a line's useless. But without an offensive line, you can be Adrian Peterson. It doesn't matter.
And you could gain more than the guys that we've had there.
Most definitely.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Well, I mean, everybody knows the reason you drafted Le'Veon Bell is because he could run a stretch offense. And that's
he was never hurt.
Well, he was never hurt, but he can run a stretch offense. You can't have a walrus running a stretch offense.
Great.
And that's what you have with Ike Redmond. That's what you have with John Dwyer. These guys can't get out of the blocks. The stretch offense isn't something Jerome Bettis would have ran well in Pittsburgh.
Right.
He needs a elite blocker. But that having been said, Terrell Davis might be the best stretch running back we've ever had in the NFL history.
Right.
So it's more about the complete parts than one part.
Well, since you're talking coaching here, too, what do you think about Tomlin as a coach?
Well, I think Tomlin has a problem that I really dislike in NFL coaches, and it's the good old boy factor. For instance, why is Le'Veon Bell taken out of that game this week?
Right.
Le'Veon Bell was your best talent. Same as 2 weeks ago, Felix Jones was running the football, creating space.
Good point.
Why was he taken out? I don't care about this committee bull stuff. Right. It doesn't do nothing for me.
I like the stuff that you were putting out there, just so you know.
It doesn't do nothing.
Right.
So get out there, get the best guy out there. This pitch count nonsense ridiculous. Le'Veon Bell had 300 touches last year. If he can't take another 300 now at 22 years old, he's not going to last in the NFL. And running backs, guess what, guys? They get 4 years on average.
Yeah, that's what I say. Running backs don't last in the NFL anyhow.
So
use them up while you got them.
See you later.
Yeah, use them up while you got them. That's what you do.
Well, now you're bringing up
one of the bigger problems that I'm seeing with the Steelers this year is the fracturing of the team. And one of the things that the 08ers did was they decided they're going to take privileges away from the guys that were in there 4 years or less. You know what? The 08ers aren't doing anything right now, if you pardon my language. Look at Ryan Clark. He spent the day chasing people yesterday. I didn't see him make a tackle. Troy Polamalu's running all over the field and not tackling anybody. Ben, six turnovers in 2 games. I mean, they should take away the privileges from all of them. They shouldn't be able to do anything.
I got to interrupt both of you. If you're having a meeting to talk about extracurricular activity in the locker room, you have a losing culture.
Well,
you shouldn't even be worried about that.
Had the meeting, not the coach.
My point is that's who
the tail's wagging the dog.
Exactly.
You know what, guys? I can't disagree with you more. The reason that sign was put up in the locker room was so Tom Plungin, Jim Frazier, and Al Levine were talking about it, and not talking about a team that can't block, tackle, or catch a football. Because you'd be talking about that and not talking about who's playing pull. Guess who played pull last week and shouldn't have? Curtis Brown. Nobody cares.
He brought it up. I just wanted to discuss it on the show. He don't bring it up. My thing is, I'm a sports guy. Here's a metaphor. Your eyes should be on the ball. What's the ball? How they play. They
only
can't
work 6
play.
months out of the year.
Right.
Pay attention
Some of
to
these
what
guys
you're
haven't
doing.
worked 3 months out of the year.
Like Rashard Mendenhall did last year.
Yeah. I mean,
No, there's a lot of things out there, like
there
you
is.
say.
There is. And I mean, it's not easy to go and pinpoint one thing. But I couldn't agree with you more. Ryan Clark's tackling people. It'd be easier to throw a bucket of paint on a guy than have him trip.
What about Gay? What's your thought about bringing Gay back?
I like bringing Willie Gay back. And the reason I say that is Shamarko Thomas isn't a number 3 cornerback. And guess who's playing number 3 quarterback in the NFL right now? A guy that could cover in the Big East. But if you watched his games last year, and I'm a huge Pitt fan.
Yeah.
And he did well in contact, but he is not a coverage safety.
Okay.
So the idea to make a coverage safety, or a guy that's not a coverage safety, a cover corner in the NFL today is really dangerous.
Right.
This is a guy that wants to lay the boom. This is a guy that wants to go out and hit people. When you're covering Julian Edelman for the New England Patriots, which will probably be his objective in a couple of weeks here, guys, he's out of position. That doesn't make him most successful.
Makes
So
sense.
you need a guy like Willie Gay to do those things. And Gay played pretty well in the first 2 weeks. You know, you want to bash Gay. How good did
No,
Cortez
I don't-
Island look last week?
No, I don't want to bash him. My thing is, I want to see somebody play back
Oh,
to
I
some
agree.
of the levels that they did have before.
I agree.
I
where they
want to
can
see a
stop somebody.
turnover by the defense because you have Ike drop an interception.
Ike
Taylor
does
over
that
there on
anyhow.
one
Good.
corner.
You can't count on him. He got stone hands. It's the other guys.
That's why
We
he's
have-
a defensive back and not a
Right,
wideout.
but we don't. You're answering your own point that you're not going to see that. My problem is you don't have takeovers, and you need that in the NFL.
No.
You
We're the
have
only
to
team in
have
the
it.
NFL with no takeaways.
Yeah.
None.
No, and you can't play like that, most definitely. And from a defensive standpoint, the guy that needs to be benched right now, and I know Jim doesn't like Jarvis Too Slow Jones, but Lloyd McDonald's McClendon, or excuse me, Steve McDonald's
Did you say
McClendon.
McDonald's?
Yeah,
Okay.
McDonald's. He went there
Again.
this morning. I mean, I liked Steve in spots last year when he came into the game.
Right.
But he came in to spell Casey Hampton.
Right.
And Casey Hampton was gone. But Steve McClendon isn't Chris Hoke either, guys.
Right.
No, that's
the
it.
He is.
disappointment.
Good point.
We had a
They
very
have
good
not
point.
replaced it with
Good
the men
point.
they lost on the defensive line with Aaron Smith, Hogue, and now Casey Hampton. Casey Hampton, for all his faults, it took 2 offensive linemen to move him.
Yeah.
Okay? So that would free up somebody to be able to tackle
Yeah.
someone, and that's not happening now.
So maybe it's time for Al Woods or somebody like that to get a play.
Anybody.
Anybody. Maybe you, Al.
No, I'm only 210.
You know
You know what? I
Then
got
you
no
fall in the
quit.
hole.
You know what? I'll grab somebody because they're not going to call a holding call every time. You know that. You watch the sport enough. I would cheat all day long.
Yeah.
I'd grab a guy's leg,
Tackle.
maybe bite him or something. You know, we had guys in Dormont that would bite guys at Keystone Others.
There you go.
I'll tell you those stories off air because they're still alive.
They can still refute what he has
And those
to
are
say.
the. Hey, do you want any thoughts on Pirates?
Well,
Do you
I mean,
watch them at all? What's your
Oh,
thoughts?
the
Because we
Pirates-
only got a couple minutes
No,
with
I'm
you,
good.
and then I got to get another guest.
Oh, I
on here.
understand. There's other people that need a little bit of limelight. I think the biggest thing with the
Hold it. No, these are volunteers. You're the superstar because I was told about you.
The thing with the Pirates this year is I love what Clint Hurdle does.
Okay.
But Clint Hurdle made a big mistake this year, kind of with like Mike Tomlin.
Right.
And that's with your shortstop situation. Mercer got to get in there. He has to get more at bats. And I'll be really disappointed tomorrow if he's not in your starting lineup, hitting 270 over Clint Barmas, the glove, hitting 220.
Well, what about bringing the glove in at the end of the game?
You know what? If you're bringing it in the end of the game, great. But Al, how many plays did you see him make to his left this year?
None, I thought. Really. I didn't
So,
see him moving, and the ball's always going out in the outfield.
Jordy Mercer has earned his way as
Yeah,
a starting shortstop. I like Clint Barmas as a late game replacement, you know, because I do think he's got better range in the field. But I mean, Jordy Mercer's been the most consistent from the beginning of the season to the end of the season.
He is
and he's
lefties.
been batting over 300
We need some
since
of
the
that.
All-Star break.
Yeah.
And, you
That's
know,
why I want to test your baseball skills.
I got a little bit.
How about Penguins? Let's touch on Penguins right here since they'll be playing tomorrow.
Penguins got a good squad. I think the interesting thing is you sent down Simone Dupre this week. And that to me really scares me because this is a guy that you touted as
Shouldn't he be up here?
a stud prospect.
Right.
So now you have a 19-year-old kid coming in that took his job. I mean, it's pretty easy to see in Mata. He came up and took his job. So you're sending a guy back down to Wilkes-Barre Scranton for the 3rd year. It sounds like a lot like a Luca Caputi to me, or a lot of those guys that were already in the system that have had opportunities to play and just didn't work out. A 6'4" skater that can score.
Yeah.
We haven't seen guys with that athletic ability since Paul Coffey.
Good point. with the 2 small skates on.
Good point, but I'll tell you what the big key to this Steelers team is going to be: getting back Rob Scuderi. I mean, it was a mistake letting him go when they did, and I mean, what did he do? He helped Los Angeles win another Stanley Cup.
They calm Flurry down a little bit.
Rob went and got money. It's no mistake. You can't really blame.
They couldn't
I give
afford
him
to
and
pay
anybody
him,
else
they
credit
can't
that
afford to
gets
pay everybody.
that. Hey, Tom, I want to have you back on the show. If you want some more limelight, you can come on anyhow. You can see this on Verizon 32 all over. If you have DirecTV, you're not going to see it. Go on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, YouTube. You can check all that out. You'll see this smiling face again. You're welcome back anytime you have the time.
Tom, it was great talking.
And bring your crew with you from Greentree. They're welcome back anyhow. And all those guys, I think they're older than me. I don't know about it, Tom.
39, right, Al?
Yeah, for the 28th time. No.
Have a great day, Al.
Tom, thank you.
Tom,
I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure talking sports with you, bud.
Mike Shook, welcome to the show. I said this gentleman, he was injured when he started to get back in shape. I'm watching all of his film on him training on Facebook and everything, and I'm tired watching him. This guy's lifting things, running bridges, I think lifting up bridges, but I only had one stipulation. He had a smile for Jessica while he's on air with us. Because she has the best smile, and this guy's so serious because he's going to come back and he's going to fight and he's going to be a champ. There's no doubt. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
What's going on now?
Oh man, just been training, trying to get ready for, trying to get at least one fight before the end of the year. I haven't fought all year. I haven't fought for going on 10 months.
You were injured, right? A car accident or something?
Yeah, we were hit 4 times from behind.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, it was bad.
And he was 6'10" before, just so you know. He's only 6'7" right now.
Me, Jessica, and my grandmother were all in that accident.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you are better.
We're all doing better. I've been training like an animal.
I noticed.
Yeah.
I want to know the name of those workouts. No, don't tell me all of that. They're pretty intense.
Yeah. I've been working hard trying to. What I've been trying to do is I've really been trying to get rid of all my bad habits. Being that I couldn't fight,
right?
You know, I wasn't
it's like
allowed.
Starting fresh.
Yeah, I dropped my hands a lot. So
well, they're big hands.
I'm working
buddy.
on keep my hands.
They're big
up.
hands.
Yeah, they are. But I've been working on keep my hands up, better footwork, better everything. So when I come back.
And you're working out in the gym too a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm getting back with Teddy.
Good.
Out on Route 51.
Good, because I saw a video with young Teddy, the real young Teddy, doing some bag work. You got to check that out.
Oh yeah, little Teddy's
He was using his shoulders.
Yeah.
Young Teddy's my man. Young Teddy Merconja.
Yeah.
Not that other JB Teddy. You know how I call him? Not the real Teddy.
Yeah.
No, but you'll be working out there?
Yeah. That's
Teddy's Pittsburgh Boxing 51.
Teddy's my trainer. And then the show I'm trying to get ready for is Jose's show again. He promised me a title shot if I come back, if I'm ready.
Well, that'll be coming. They'll announce when that's happening.
Yeah. But
I wanted to have you on for a quick little interview before our halftime show. Mike, you were great. Give a smile for your new fans out there. There you go. 6'7", 220 pounds. 30. Welcome to our halftime show. We cut this up just to talk about a few things among ourselves on sports. Smoking Jim, what's on your mind at halftime here?
The only thing on my mind is lightning rod soccer. Please, everybody, come out to Greentree. We're going to televise it. Next lightweight champion of the world.
We'll be announcing that, so you'll hear us ringside. You'll see us broadcast it. Check out Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I put quite a few of the boxing matches out there, so you can check that out. Chip, anything you want to add? Or?
Just this. We got playoff baseball in Pittsburgh tomorrow.
And if you don't notice Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, I'm always saying, let's go Bucks. Let's go Bucks. That's the end of our halftime show, and we're going to bring up our next guest right now. Where's this Kelly at? We got a local celebrity, Kelly Wallace-Ventreese.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Kelly.
Thank you
I
very
feel like
much.
I know you a long
I
time.
feel like I know you too.
Welcome to the
I
show.
feel like I know you, and I feel like I know you.
Thank you very
it's
much.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, absolutely.
What an outfit you have. What kind of store do you know? We got to say, who are you? Tell everybody so they know.
My name is Kelly Wallace-Ventreese. I'm from Brookline. I'm from Brookline. I own a store called Kelly's Collections Boutique, 616.5 Brookline Boulevard. I'm the home of the Black and Gold Zone on Brookline Boulevard.
Wow.
And yes,
Where's some Kelly's Cash? All I'm seeing is Kelly's Cash.
I'm pretty unique. I came up with this concept. It's Kelly's Cash with my face on it, and it's $5 off of 25 or more. So, and I made the patch paper, and I'm on the front of the Brookliner this
No
month.
way. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Pick up the Brookliner wherever you go.
Let's go Brookline.
It's only about a minute and a half away. That's
Yes.
if you run.
Yes, if I run, yes.
Look at that, Kelly's Cash.
Kelly's Cash, you can't leave home without it.
Smoking Jim, here's your new favorite
Oh,
boutique.
thanks.
That's
Chip,
right.
Chip, I think Stephanie needs
Yeah,
some more
I'll
black
tell
and
you
gold
what,
stuff.
I don't
at
think she
Kelly's
has
Cash.
enough.
We'll even
think
put a
she
little
has
shout out on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook for Kelly's Cash.
I would love that.
We'll try to help you out. That's what we do, shameless promotions. But let's talk sports right now.
Well,
I heard you're a big fan.
I'm a big fan. It's called Bucktober.
All right.
Okay, it's called Bucktober.
October 1st, tomorrow.
You know what? We are doing so well. It's been 20 years.
Right.
And I think we should raise the roof for the Buccos right now. Let's
There
raise
you
the
go.
roof.
Man,
Let's
raise it up. Raise it up.
The Penguins, let's see if they can be wonderful again. They're always great. They're healthy this year. But I think, with the Black and Gold Zone Steelers, I think they need to step up their game just a little bit.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
Boy, you're an optimist there.
They're 0-4, and that's been since 1968.
Wow.
I wasn't even born then.
Wow.
How about that?
Oh, and I
Last
saw
time
it
we
back
started
then.
a season like this, we ended up with Joe Green and LC Greenwood.
What else do you want to talk about here?
Um,
Hold it, wait. She got a script here. We do everything unscripted. This is a BPTV first. She got a script. She's on page 13 right now.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
Heath Miller has been hurt. We do have to get him healthy. He's a big part of the Black and Gold.
He's played the last 2 games.
Okay, but he has been
He's
injured.
done rather well.
And for once, Palomalu has been pretty healthy this year.
Yeah, he's jumping around. He just won't tackle anybody. He's
Definitely.
bouncing off them all.
I always say, run, don't pass. Run, don't pass, right? You got it.
Boy,
But-
you're sucking up to smoking Jim Frazier. You know he's an NFL
I'm
scout.
snucking up to all you three.
Oh, really? Whoa.
Well, what's the name of your boutique?
Kelly's Collections Boutique.
Blackened.
The Black and Gold Zone of the Boulevard.
The Black and Gold zone, so raise the roof for
Raise the
Gateway.
roof.
Somebody else is
Oh, whoa,
Thank you,
whoa. You just went to Gateway. That's not on her script.
And I want to
Smoking
say,
Jim, that's not on her script.
and I want to say, we all got to get together. We have a local boy, Rico Abadanza,
Yeah.
in Savoy, and we have to go to the launch party for Allen, the new magazine.
Oh, you want to hold that too? Okay.
We got to go to Savoy.
Look
Local
for this
boy,
on Pittsburgh
Rico
Sportsline on
Abadanza.
Facebook. I'm telling you.
Yep.
Rico's a good friend of mine,
Rico
great basketball
is
player.
wonderful. I can't say enough about him. As well as he is an SLS graduate, same as myself. I went to Seton LaSalle, so does he.
Did you? We used to play them in football.
How did we do?
Keystone Oaks beat you.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I'm older than you.
But I think it's
Give me that sheet. You're all good. That's all good there.
Okay.
Hey, I wanted to try to do something special. We had a 100th anniversary, and since we kept you waiting so long, my
No.
daughter made some cupcakes, and I was wondering maybe if we can get Brandy or Kelly to bring those cupcakes out. I think they might be too busy.
Cupcakes are the new
Randy's
thing,
got a couple of
guys.
hands full right now.
Yeah, we'll have to delay that. I
We'll
thought I had
delay it.
good timing there. What other sport do you want to cover in the Black and Gold Zone at Kelly's
I'm
Collection?
going to tell you something. It's Bucktoberfest, and I think we got to keep it real with the Buccos.
Is that it?
We're in a
You going to be
zone.
watching the game?
I might be going to the game.
Really?
I'm going to give it 100%.
Tickets are hard to get right
But
now.
I think it's going to be worth it.
We do too.
They,
I'm all for
Doug
it.
Drabeck will
And
be
Jessica
throwing out
and
the
Mike
first
are
pitch.
leaving, and they're both smiling. I can't believe that.
Jessica and Mike,
Look
see
at
you
those
later.
smiles. Take care. See, it's like a neighborhood bar. It's like a Cheers bar here.
Everybody knows your name, and I want everybody to know this name.
What name is it?
Everybody knows your name. Everybody know this name. It's Kelly's Collections Boutique,
I
the
love it.
home of the Black and Gold Zone of Brookline Boulevard, 616.5 Brookline Boulevard, 412-892-8750.
Hold it, one more thing. You got to like this on Facebook.
You have to like me on
And
Facebook.
she'll like your page.
And I'll
Even
like
if she
your page.
doesn't, she'll like it because she did that for Pittsburgh Sportsline.
I don't pretend. I like it. Another thing, I will be on the Brookliner as of tomorrow. It has.
Where do we pick them up at?
You pick them up right at my shop.
Whoa, I like
I
that.
got a full page. Phrase, Alan, and
Thank
ship
you.
to you too.
Coming at
And
you.
it's been an enjoyment to be on this show. I'm very honored.
Well, I
Look
wanna
at the
thank-
bracelet, the Stiller bracelet.
Oh, okay.
Are these jewelry
Okay,
from your collection?
Let me explain. Since I am a boutique, I do have the bling ring.
Woo!
It is the Black and Gold Zone.
Hold it.
like
Hold that
that.
steady for John the intern. He'll do a close up there.
Wow.
Also, I sell these. These have 6 Super Bowls right on this
Hold
bracelet.
it. Let me see that.
This is the bling bracelet.
Wow.
My friend Cheryl Jones has it. Cheryl Jones has my bling bracelet.
Wow.
Yep.
That is great.
Also, this is a really
You don't
nice.
have to take everything off now. Wait, this is a
Hold
family
on,
show.
don't stop her now.
This is
Don't
a
stop
family
her
show.
now, man.
It's a family show, right? Yeah.
Also,
We don't want to get a,
also these are Swarovski crystals.
an R rating.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes.
Now they're fancy.
Let the
Yes.
brother see a little bling.
No,
let the
no,
brother,
no.
let the brother get a little bling.
That's right.
Does that look
That's
nice?
also a necklace.
Kelly, make sure you get that back.
There, you got it back.
And also, I want to say I'm starting a promotion. Hopefully, we'll still be going on tomorrow. You buy a Bucko shirt, just catch it, absolute Buckalutely for $9, and you get a complimentary Bucko gift in return.
I'm there.
Thanks for being on our
there.
show.
Thank you so much.
With all these deals and everything else,
Thank you. It's
you
been an
can't
honor.
beat it.
Thank you.
Chip, it's been an honor.
Been a pleasure.
Thank
You know
you.
what? I'll
Thank
be
you.
down at that game tomorrow
Thank you very
night.
much, and
Thank you.
let's go Bucks.
Let's go Bucks, and we got to have our next guest coming up here.
Is that all right?
We got to have
You
you
did
back,
great.
Kelly. You did great.
Back.
You have an
Back.
invitation to come back.
I'm coming back every week. Well, they're talking
You
crazy.
can come visit. We'll try to sneak you in here if you want.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
And you know what? All your fans said how great you would be, and they were right.
You know what? Vice versa.
Oh, with that, you can come back
I love
again.
it. Thank you.
All right. Howard, you'll be our next guest, buddy. Now, Randy's bringing out the cupcakes that my daughter Casey made for our 100th anniversary show. Now, we're going to take one.
Brought this out for me.
Yeah, have a seat, Howard. Welcome on board. She made a special $100,000 bar inside these cupcakes in honor of our 100th show. We only have 23 because my son took one out of here. So we'll try to divvy them up. I was going to start the bidding at $5. So thanks, Casey. We'll pass some of these out to people, and we'll go from there. And you just check out my daughter's portfolio of cupcakes. We're adding this. I got to take a bite. I'm sorry.
Hey, Alan, eating the paper and everything.
Delicious here. I'm telling you, I'm not a chocolate fan. It's great. There's a bar inside there, a $100,000 bar. Howard, welcome to the show. We don't always give cupcakes out. I'd rather give you an award for everything you do. Why don't you introduce yourself?
My name is Howard Swimmer. Hello. Nice to meet everybody. Thanks for having me on here.
Hey, thanks for coming out. Now, tell everybody what you do, because you do so many things.
Well, right now I'm actually most concerned that they put the plate in front of Jim.
Worry about Chip.
Yeah, I'm
Chip's a
worried.
Notice that
chocoholic.
mine has less
Yeah,
on
You
it.
know
Exactly.
what, Randy? Can you take these cupcakes away?
Yeah, I mean, this is very concerning. Very good.
Try to give one per table, and if you have friends from KO like I do, they get a little preference. And the regulars that come here, Sandy and Deanna, did you get cupcakes?
Yes, I did.
Everybody got it.
And if you know me from outside of here, grab a cupcake. We'll try to divide them up. I got to bite another piece of it.
And you eat. It's unbelievable the way you eat on air. It's fascinating, huh?
You don't get TV like this anywhere.
Nowhere. Okay, this
That's
is
why
raw, bare bones, minimum. Anything goes, right?
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah, before we talk privately, don't bring any of that up, my friend, all right?
No secrets here.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Tell them what you do.
So I own a artist management company that I manage professional musicians. In addition to that, I manage other talent, whatever it may be, but predominantly music is my mainstay.
And how did you get started? And I wanted to ask you. I didn't get a chance when I talked to you.
It's a long roundabout story.
Give me the short version.
The short version is
I eat this.
I've been playing drums since I was a little kid. Since I was in 3rd grade.
So you're a musician?
Not really. I was never
that.
good enough to be like a professional musician, but I was always around. I took drum lessons all the way through college, and then went into the hi-fi business, and so I sort of worked, and then I was.
I like how you said the hi-fi business.
It's hi-fi. That was called hi-fi. I mean, that was
I
like
love
they
that.
used to sell turntables, right? Okay, when I got into the hi-fi business, there was turntables. When I got out of the hi-fi business, there was laser discs, okay, and DVDs. So I was there for that whole.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and CDs. They didn't make CD players when I got into the hi-fi business.
Of course.
Okay, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, but you're not as old as me, so I know that.
That's a given.
Well, I'm eating another piece of cupcake.
You can have my cupcake, okay? It's fine.
I need napkins.
No problem. Yeah,
Where's
exactly.
napkins at?
He's using a terrible towel.
No, I got the Brenner contract.
Right,
Wait, I don't know if you saw this. The Brenner contracting towel. I gotta throw it in the wash, see? Or I need a new one. No, that's amazing with the hi-fi business. It changed. So in other words, you're saying how you changed.
Yeah, well, I adjusted accordingly, and I went through various goofy path. I managed a professional painter who ended up going on to have like a really unbelievable career.
Really?
And then
a painter,
a local painter, actually, Burton Morris, who you probably know who Burton is.
I've heard.
He's an internationally known guy. And then I went into the guitar and amplifier making business, which then got me into the music management business.
So each thing got you another
thing got me
layer.
to the next layer, and now I work with musicians at the top of the food chain.
Well, who's this Master G guy that I met?
You know Master
All
G.
right, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
don't mind dropping names when I know somebody.
You can drop Master G. That's okay. If that makes you feel good, you can drop his name on my behalf. Okay?
Yeah, I
There you
did.
go.
Well,
That's fine.
I got this towel I'm wiping up.
I
Look.
know. I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure the likes of that. Okay.
Chocolate's on the outside.
Right. Yep.
You sure it's chocolate?
Right. Exactly.
It was clean when I brought it here.
Clean. Exactly. I'm just glad that that's chocolate. Okay. That's all.
All right, this is still a family show. I got rid of that. Here, enough of that.
Exactly.
Who else?
So, I manage Greg Allman's guitar player.
Okay.
His name is Scott Sherrard, and he plays in the Greg Allman Band, so I've been working with him for a long time. I work on a lot of one-off projects. I did this boxing, we started this boxing thing where I met you guys.
Right, a great event with Jose Carabella, the Puerto Rican Prince.
And Jose.
We met you there. You guys put on a great show.
Great show, more to come. We're right now trying to lock in our date for the next one. Hopefully we can do it sometime in November is our goal. It's a tricky month. October there was a little bit too much competition with just the miscellaneous sporting events, as well as there was a couple boxing events.
Hold it, our Pittsburgh Sportsline magazine launch on the 17th.
Yeah, right.
Howard's going to be there.
I'll be there. I guess I have no choice, right?
Howie has no choice.
He
He signed up, he'll be there.
Right, exactly. So
and I don't mind shameless promotions,
no,
as you notice.
not at all.
Myself, yours, his, theirs.
Exactly.
Anybody else out there, even Kelly. We'll promote her a little bit.
Right, and he's getting a chapter in my book already. Jim knows about this.
No, but he's telling me about the book. I just want one page in there.
Oh, you can have a page.
the talking machine. Put me on the page.
He would probably be in chapter 1.
Nice. Number 1. That's fine.
It's called Attorneys and Lawyers, chapter 1.
You know what? I have a long history. Ask the chief. Ask Tony Facchetti with lawyers and things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you some stories off air that are tremendous dealing with Reed Smith.
That's right.
If you want to know anything, I got some history.
I'm sure I got my own stories.
Oh, I know. We're just sharing stories. That's what we do here.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on more pleasant things.
More pleasant thoughts.
What's going on in New York? When's your next trip to New York?
I just came back from there a couple days ago.
My timing's off.
Yeah, your timing's off.
Here, have my cupcake. Checkmate.
Checkmate, that's it.
I want to get your weight up a little bit for the next fight.
For the next, well, I'm like a lightweight. I can fight.
You look like a bantamweight.
Yeah, that's perfect. But I got a couple years on most of the guys in the bantamweight, so maybe I
experience.
And Jose tells me I'm fast, so he's my man.
Right.
Jose
I know
says
he's
so.
training you.
If he says so,
That's true.
You're
it's
going
true.
in.
You're
going in. Look at him.
The deal I made with Jose when I first met Jose, I went to him as you'll appreciate this. I went to him because I wanted like a good physical trainer. Okay, and we had a mutual friend, Jose and I.
Okay.
And introduced me to Jose, and he said, "So what are your goals here?" I said, "Well, I want somebody to help me out here." And he says to me, "Well, do you want to learn how to box?" I said, "Well, sort of." I said, "I only have one caveat. I never want to get punched."
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And he said to me, "Well, would you be willing to punch someone?" I said, "Absolutely, if you can guarantee they're not punching back." Right?
Wow.
And so that's the deal we made.
That's a heck of a deal.
It's a great deal. And he put
For
me
you.
For me, yeah. Well,
You're in shape now and you can hit
ring
people.
with that kid Eric Sidner who fought that night. That kid's fast.
He's a tough kid.
I couldn't get near him.
And how long have you been doing this?
6-8 months.
Okay.
So not a long
No,
time.
it isn't. No, that's great though. You make great progress.
How do you know what I was 250 pounds before I started?
I don't believe that. Because if he was, he'd have ate that cupcake because he starved himself.
That's why I'm not eating it.
He would
because
starve
I'm trying
himself.
To keep the weight
no,
off.
I go by reverse psychology here.
I'm 250 pounds.
That's a good one. All right, well, here's what you do if you want to lose a whole body.
Right, exactly.
He lost a body
Go
here.
to Jose.
Go see Jose.
Go see Jose.
Hey,
Exactly.
we're going to have you on another time.
Great.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Appreciate it.
You can come back whenever you're coming back from New York. All right? You welcome back. Let me know.
Great job, Howard.
We're going to bring our best and last guest on. I have a tradition that our best guest is the last guest. We got Claudia Rosano. I've been waiting 4 weeks for him to come on the show.
My brother.
He made it. And we have an announcement on Carnegie Mellon's baseball team. Wait till you hear the record this year.
Go ahead. Claudia, tell us about your ball
There's
club.
a cupcake waiting for you.
Oh, I'm right. I like chocolate.
I got it right here for you, buddy. This is one of our best substitute guest hosts, one of our guests that's coming here all the time, but he's scouting all over the country. He's coaching a team. Tell him the record here. I can't.
We're not undefeated, but we're 9-3. We're doing pretty good.
Nice job.
Carnegie Mellon, they get no scholarships. They come in. These guys are so smart. They redesigned the bar when they come here last time. They told us it wasn't right. They had to re-engineer everything.
And Carnegie Mellon never recruited me.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. Well, my very first
We
practice
don't have
at
any generals
CMU.
for the study.
Hold it. We got to get Claudia.
My very first practice at CMU, we were looking for the pegs to put the bases in.
Right.
And we couldn't find it. So my player said, "You have a phone on you?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I can make it into a metal detector." So that's the kind of guys I deal
Are
with.
you
Wow.
But we have
And he made a flashlight so you could see it in the night
there you
because
go.
you had a late game.
But we're 9-3. We have 6 new starters, so we have a big game series this weekend against Robert Morris. Still 8 games left.
Where are you
but,
playing? So we'll tell people to show up. I don't know if we can make it, but
Moon Park in Moon Township.
Okay.
So
so it's on the Robert
How many
Morris
games
campus.
you playing against
we have
Robert Morris?
3. 1 Friday night, 2 Saturday. But
Doubleheader?
Yes. We got it going pretty good. Like I said, good group of guys who keep fighting. Our pitching has been excellent. Our hitting is coming around, and we're doing pretty good. As I said, great group of guys. 9-3, very happy with it, but we're not. It's not. We should be undefeated.
You didn't think they lived up to their potential. We've talked off air. And he has a great bunch of guys.
We do, always.
One of the things I admire about the way he manages is he doesn't even know what a pitch count is.
He's still looking for it.
I don't get into the pitch count. That's,
I admire that about you because that's
you know
the way
what?
baseball should be played.
I would bet, and I've said this on this show before, I would bet that our little pitching staff is in the upper percentage in college baseball as far as complete games.
Wow.
I mean, we have
really.
Oh, we go complete games. Now this past weekend,
right?
I wanted to test some newer pitchers out. So one guy went 5 innings, the other guy went 1. I had to yank him. But overall, we have we go complete games.
You know, and that's the thing. If you don't tell these young men that they can't do something, they don't know any better.
That's right.
They just go out and do what they're capable of.
And we haven't had any arm injuries. And somebody will say, well, they don't throw as hard. Doesn't matter. Or they'll say, you don't play as many games. You know what? They're in shape. They work hard. They play hard.
How's your hitting to go a little different? How's the hitting?
It's coming, which is my forte.
I know. That's why I'm bringing it up. We talk techniques on this show and attitudes and how you should stand and no cookie cutter batting.
Right. Well, we're batting over 300. We're 15 out of 17 stolen bases. Our ERA is in the 2s.
Nice.
Which is good, yeah. So
that's awesome.
Well, hold it. Let me interrupt because we're running out of time. But tell people where they can get a hold of you. I want to at least get that in, because if you need somebody to help with baseball, this is the guy right here. This is that guy.
You can go on my website, and that's I'll spell it for you. CLAUDIOREILSONO.com.
Pronounce your last name for Smoking Jim.
It's Frazier.
That's why I do this, because these two are brothers from another mother.
That's right.
They told me that when I first met Claudia, and I didn't believe it because I didn't see him for
He does know
8
my
months.
last name, and he does pronounce it well. He just like Pay and Shayla, not Shayla, what the hell is her name? Cher. Pele, Cher, Reggie, Claudio. Right? That's what we do. That's
why when they told me, you got to meet Claudio, I'm like, who? Now I met Claudio.
Now you met him.
Tell us what else is going on. We got about 3 minutes or so.
Real quick, a friend of mine who all the Pittsburgh fans know, Al Oliver, who should be in the Hall of Fame. The governor of Ohio is making a pitch for Al to be in the Hall of Fame.
No pun intended?
No pun intended.
Thank you.
And what you can do is go on this website, or it's an email, and sign your name to it. Just send an email, and it'll go to the governor, and then he's going to take it to Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, and that's www.aloliver4 Hall of Fame with the number 4 Hall of Fame at gmail.com. And
hey, Claudia,
you actually don't have to put
on
this.
Sportsline, I pulled up a picture of.
Oh, that's right.
He put it up when I said it, but you don't have to put the WW.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Al Oliver
for
HOF.
Right.
At gmail.com, like I said, and Chip had the nice photo of Al Oliver
I had a picture
from 71.
Okay.
And it's got
we had a great
Al
promo for it.
Great.
And Al doesn't have to pay us for that.
You know what? First of all, he's a great guy. Number 2.
Hold it, I'm connected on LinkedIn
I
with
know
him.
you are. I know. The only thing about Al is they always said Al could wake up at 3 in the morning and hit a line drive.
Wow.
Still. He can still do it, I'm sure. But they don't make hitters like that anymore. And
just tell people a little bit about him.
Well, he's got 2,742 hits. He won a batting title. He was World Series All-Star. And the thing about him was, unfortunately, he came around when the Pirates were really loaded with outfielders and Bob Robertson at first base. So he maybe averaged 140 games a year.
He transferred back between center field and first base.
Right, left field a little bit. I mean, Al should have definitely had his 3,000s hit.
And scoops. I remember him as
excellent
scoops.
fielder, but he definitely belongs, especially now comparing the major league players of the past 15 years and their numbers.
He's PEDS free, HGH free, steroid free.
Yeah. He just worked hard, and he was blessed with the talent.
I'll tell you what, he played on Pirate teams. About the lineup was stacked with 300 hitters back then.
You had Hebner, Zisk, Sanguian, Stargell, Parker. It was a lot.
I got to interrupt you on a roll because we're under a minute right now.
Got it.
But you got to go to Al Oliver for HOF at gmail.com. Send an email, get him in the Hall of Fame. I believe he should be there. We're going to have to wrap it up. We got Claudia Rosano here, head coach of CMU, and Scout Extraordinaire. I'm Al Levine, the Talking Machine. Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip the Prophet Hayner. Let's go Bucks. Thanks to Bethel Park for letting us come out of the community. We've got a great crowd. We've got a lot of great feedback. Watch us Verizon 32, YouTube, and Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. Thanks everybody for watching the show. We appreciate it.